First, I should say something about wisdom in general and sapiential theology in particular. Wisdom is a great big word and includes a myriad of traditions. And wisdom was something that was much more valued, I think, in the ancient world than it is in our own world today. Part of that is due to the differentiation of the mind, of knowledge, of knowing in the West. And partly more and more incarnational understanding of knowing, down to earth, practical, nuts and bolts, and especially scientific, that kind of sharp and crystalline, clear, objective knowing that we have made our standard, really, ultimately. But wisdom is a different kind of knowing. At least the wisdom I want to talk about. As I say, wisdom is a great big blob of a word which contains all kinds of things. And so we have to narrow it down a bit, and I'm going to do that in a rather ruthless way. The kind of knowing that we're talking about, I would call a participatory knowing. That is, you know because you are something. You know because you merge with something. You know something because you participate in it. That word participation has been lost very largely in the modern world. I think it goes with a wisdom consciousness. That is, actually your being absorbing something, participating in something, moving into something. Best example that I know is, the easiest example is music. You are the music while the music lasts. So your being and the being of something else are merging by the way of knowing. And that kind of knowing has different qualities from the purely objective knowing, that's scientific knowing. That is the science of our modern West. Because you're not looking at something from the outside, you're somehow knowing it from the inside, from inside itself. You are able in some way to participate in reality. And that's the knowing that has feeling with it. It's an experiential knowing. You know something because you taste it. That word sapientia, the Latin word for knowledge, has to do with taste. You taste something because it's actually coming into your being, because it's merging with your being. So that's the kind of knowing we want to talk about. And among those kinds of wisdom or participatory knowledges, I want to talk about the religious or the spiritual kind, and ultimately about the Christian kind, and ultimately about a new phase of Christian participatory knowing, or Christian wisdom. So sounds like a big order, but we can take it step by step.